Hello everyone, welcome to another Michael YDT video. Today we are going to have a look at the TBB partnered CAD with SALRP. This is for any dispatchers with SALRP or TBB to use. I'm making this video just so that dispatchers are aware how to do different things on the CAD and MDT. So let's get going. Right, here is the login screen. So once you've got everything, you come up to here, up to my account. It should, there you go. Put all your login information in here. Hit save. Return home. All of your call signs and stuff like that would get given to you when you start. Here you can see all the stuff that's been going on. Top 5 ticket writers. All these statistics are all here. So you don't really need to worry about those too much. Never mind. Here you can see your stats. So everything that you do on the server or on the dispatch CAD or on the CAD itself, it will tell you everything you need to know right there. To go on patrol, just hit patrol, pick your department, and away you go. Now you do have to be approved for each and every single department. If you're not approved for one, it will tell you not approved. Okay? Every single person has different departments they can apply for or go for. I currently am, for TBB and SAL, I'm currently dispatch and fire department. So let's go and have a look at the dispatch CAD, seeing as we are doing this for the dispatchers. Sometimes it does take a while to load. If you're in the SAL server, click on SALRP server 1. Then it'll ask you to do this. It'll ask you to pick your identifier. Now if you're dispatch for SAL or TBB, it's always your C number or control number. I'm control 100, dispatch director. Continue. It will then take you onto the dispatch CAD. Ready for this? Sorry about the white screen. Here we go. Now a lot of people can use it in white mode. I don't. I use it in night mode. It's a lot easier to see and a lot easier to read. Okay. As the dispatcher, admins will always ask you to change the AOP. That is up here. It will give you different options to set the AOP. Okay. So make sure you listen out for admins doing that. Active server, the SALRP server, it should come up as default. Here you will see active LEO units. So anyone that you are on patrol with or is on patrol on the server will come up here. They will come up green for 10-8 and on duty. They show all different colours for the different statuses they can do. Person database. You can run someone's name here. Civilians can set different characters. You can run absolutely anyone and the CAD will give you information. This is just one. This is an actual civ character from the SAL server that's not legit. Professional sumo wrestler apparently. Okay, well here you go. So you can see here you've got active warrants, you've got firearm registry, which she hasn't got any warrants or firearms registered. Here you can see tickets. Now on these sort of stuff, firearms you can't. Oh yes you can. It will come up with a certificate for firearm registrations. Warrants you can click on them to see more information. Tickets you can also do the same for that. You can read the ticket. Now here you go. So that's the ticket that was wrote. Now if you go back into that, you can also go into arrest priors. You can also read their arrest reports. So here you can see Marge Wilson was arrested for DUI, felony evasion and public intoxication, and that is by our Deputy Director, Husky Gaming 365. So something that dispatchers can do. You can also run plates. Again, the civilians will operate plates. They will register them in the MDT system. Here is where you run it. Let's just put in, I'll run a plate from earlier. So there you go, it gives you the plate, it gives you the model of the vehicle, GTA model or server model, the colour, the insurance status and the registered owner right at the bottom there. Now if it's got any flags, it will tell you here. If not, it's clean, clear and good to go. So that's your plate database. Here dispatchers can run call archives. You can check any call number from previous incidents. So let's see if I can pull one up. 51, there we go, it's the 911 shots fired, and you can actually open the call details. It will tell you all the details, all the dispatch logs from that whole scene. It will also tell you any notes that the unit's put on, or dispatchers can put on. I think that's all dispatch that's put that on there. So you can see it was a 911, it was shots fired and a stolen vehicle, and then the call details right there. The road location along with postal code. SALRP and TBB does operate a postal code map. So always, if you're dispatching, always get the postal code. It's very, very important. Stopwatch, in case you need to do EMS or fire dispatching, you've got a 5-minute timer and a 15-minute timer. SALRP currently does not operate a pit, so no pit timers allowed, no requesting pits. Dispatchers, it is in the SOPs, dispatchers should dismiss any request for a pit manoeuvre in the server. 10 codes, this is always used for all of our dispatchers. If you cannot remember your 10 codes, not a problem. They're all right here in the MDT system. So all your 10 codes, everything you need to know as a dispatcher are right here. All the way from fire and rescue, all the way up to law enforcement, and all the different signals. Call desk, it will show you all the active calls. Whenever you create a call, they should show up here. Notepad, you can make any notes here, okay, and it will save when you leave. The next part is a signal 100. Now, signal 100 is priority traffic only. LEO units will call certain things in that will require a signal 100. If a signal 100 is up, it means only priority traffic can radio dispatch. So that is examples for a signal 100 are a 1080, a vehicle pursuit, a 1070 coming from a 1080, so someone's been in a pursuit with police, jumped out of the car and took off running. No, just a 1070 itself is not a signal 100. Shots fired, a 1099, 1013s for shots fired, 1099 officer in distress or officer down. They're all signal 100 status. A fire priority 3 is a signal 100 status. All of that is explained in your dispatch training. So there is your signal 100. That puts that tone out across all of the MDTs. That's dispatch, which pops up right up here. It goes through law enforcement, it also goes through the fire MDT. You can disable that right there, and the banner will disappear. A 10.3. A 10.3 is normally for server announcements or administration announcements. Admins will always request a dispatcher for 10.3, and that is the button there, and it pops up with a little yellow banner that says 10.3 in effect, and plays a rather annoying tone. That will clear. Making calls, it will give you a little drop down menu here for telling you what type of call, so if it's a 911, if it's an officer calling in, or fire MES calling in. Location, always get all the details that are here. So always get a street name, so put street name here. You always get a postal. Look up the 10 code, or if you're really lazy, you can leave it blank and just type it in here. Always put the slash and then type what the call is. So this would be a traffic stop, a 1011. Okay, now description. If they're on a traffic stop, you need to get several details. You need to be able to get all the detail as possible logged into the MDT, because if you have to attach another unit, all they're going to see is what you type in here. So get as much detail as you can. So if it's a grey 4-door, you type in a grey 4-door vehicle right there. Okay, if you can get a plate, log the plate in there. Okay. If you can get a person description, whoops, can't spell. Person description, always put that in there. That's always nice for units to know. Notepad, you can type in any other notes. In there. And the units can see that when they're on patrol. Not going to activate that call. Active bolos, so all the active calls, will show up right here in this little box here. You do have to scroll down, it does go down quite a way. We'll get to the rest. Creating a bolo, there's a bolo from the patrol earlier, so I will go ahead and clear that. Creating a bolo, in this CAD and MDT you can create a person and a vehicle bolo. That's this little bolo type box here. Vehicle at the top and person at the bottom. The rest is pretty self-explanatory. So personal vehicle description, so if it's a vehicle, you literally type what you hear in the appropriate boxes. So whatever the unit's calling in, got a grey 4-door, white male, type it all in there. Reason for the bolo, so if there are 1080 suspects, they've taken off from officers. If they're wanted for shots fired or shooting an officer, stealing, theft, making off from a scene of an accident, log it in there, reason for the bolo. Last scene. Now last scene can be street names, it doesn't have to necessarily be postal codes, but postal codes are nice. If you're not sure on the postal codes, just ask somebody in game just to confirm that for you. They're normally quite happy to oblige. Your bolos will pop up in here. Scrolling down, you can see here, same as the LEO units here, your fire units will pop up here. Okay, so all your fire units will show up. It will give you their unit number. So if I was there, it would show F-100, name, Michael, station, whatever station they're appropriate to or attached to that day. Obviously depending on AOP, so if it's Sandy, it will be Sandy Shores Fire Department. That will show up there, and their current status. Fire can have different statuses, that sort of stuff. Available in quarters, on station, out and about, it could be anything, but that will show up in there. And then you can attach them to calls. Now if you're specially approved, you can do tow company with this MDT. I'm not sure whether TBB operate that, because we are currently using their CAD. So that is the dispatch MDT. The CAD time is the one that we operate when we are using dispatch. It is always in Zulu, and it is a 24-hour clock. So if you are putting signal 100 up, you would hit that button, attention all units, signal 100 is in effect for whatever reason, 1080 say, and then clear off the RTO channel using that time right there. For example, attention all units, signal 100 is now in effect for an active 1080, dispatch clear 733 or 0733. You can say as whichever way you want, as long as you get that CAD time in that sucker, you should be good. That is the dispatch CAD. Once you're done, you don't need to go 10.7, 10.42, there's no buttons for that on the MDT, you just simply log out. And you are good to go. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed that, I hope this video is useful. If you have got any questions and you are part of the SALRP team, come and speak to me, or speak to server chain of command, and they will be more than happy to oblige. If anyone else does have any questions about San Andreas Law Roleplay, you can contact the server DPO, which is myself. We do operate a data protection policy, or you can email us on salrp.official@gmail.com or visit our website www.salrp5m.co.uk. I've been Michael YDT, over and out.